So today, I would like to talk about stuff, because I know you guys like hearing me talk, or maybe you don't. And if you don't like hearing me talk, then this video will definitely not be for you, because this is like a just yap video. So today I'm going to So today I'm going to talk about my 2024 concert Wrapped, I guess. I just kind of wanted to talk about like the concerts I went to this year and the experiences and the kind of goods that I made, because you guys know that I like to hand make a lot of stuff. So I just kind of wanted to see my life as a K-pop fan in 2024. My cat is having a hissy fit because one of the windows that usually I don't let sunlight into because my room is kind of dark, I let sunlight into, so my cat is freaking out because he's never seen that side of the room. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. So first up on the list, on the agenda of concerts I went to this year, was I saw Enhypen at the Saitama Super Arena June 12th and the 13th in 2024. Now, this was special to me, and let me tell you why. It is because sorry, I keep clapping. It is because I tried so hard to get tickets to Fate Plus in Seoul, and I tried the fan club lottery, and I also tried the normal lottery. And when I entered, well, it's not like a lottery, but it's like you wait for your chance to buy them, basically. So honestly, I'm gonna consider it a lottery, even though it's not like the Japanese system. It feels kind of like it is, because you're like, I was waiting and I saw that there was more capacity of people waiting to buy tickets than there were like that the stadium was capable of allowing in. So like I already knew I was fucked like the moment that I like logged in to the website, basically. So that was a failure. I checked the website like every single day to see if like anyone forfeited their tickets, because I was only looking for one. I was planning on going by myself to Seoul and going, and it just like did not pan out. However, the day after Enhypen announced that they would be continuing the Fate tour and making Fate Plus like another extension of the tour, and I was able to secure tickets for their show in Saitama for 2 days, because I wasn't taking my chances this time. So I applied for their both days for the lottery, and I won both days. So the first day I went by myself, and it was a lot of fun. They were filming for Japanese television that day. There's video footage of like full songs on YouTube. Maybe I can link a couple so you guys can kind of see what I saw, I guess. It's cool, but I will say going by yourself to a concert isn't exactly the same vibe, and also it was my first time going to a K-pop concert also, so I didn't really know how like anything really worked, and I went like way too early than I needed to, and I got into the venue way too early than I needed to, so it was like it was a lot of waiting around. I was able to get a lot of the trade a lot of cards, and I was able to get my Enhypen membership Sunghoon card pretty quickly because I pulled Nikki. And if you can pull Nikki in Japan, you can get any member you want to, so I was pretty excited about that. Now, if you do not know K-pop well, or like how their concerts work, then the idea of getting a slogan may be new for you. When you enter the venue, these are both ones that I got from Fate Plus. One was for day 1, one was for day 2. We received one of these at the venue. I have one for most of the concerts I went to this year. So yeah, and basically they're allegedly a surprise to the group or something as well. I don't really buy that, but that's okay. So yeah, and you receive this as like a little like take home, so that was pretty cool. For Fate Plus, they also had like a little food cart where we got drinks, and it was really great. The second day I went with Capsule Bunny, and it was her first time seeing Enhypen. She had seen it. I think she said she saw Big Bang like a really, really long time ago in England. And the second day we were allowed to film because they were not filming for television. Day 2, I probably received this one. And so it was written in Hangul and also had a Japanese translation at the bottom. Because I have Enhypen membership, I was able to get another photo card. And since I had already got Sunghoon for day 1, we were able to trade to get her a Jake one for day 2. So that was pretty cool. And I did record some footage, so any like fan cams and stuff I was able to get, I'll like insert here, hence why I'm like sitting so far away from everything. But yeah, so that was my experience with that. The second day was a little bit, I think, emotional because I noticed that they didn't dance to maybe like 3 of the songs that they danced to the first time I went. So I was kind of wondering, like, maybe they're just tired or something. I mean, the show was still great, so it didn't really bother me. But at the end of the show, the member Jay announced that his knee was in pain and that he kind of had issues dancing, hence why there was some kind of changes, I guess. He ended up sitting out the rest of the tour, like in just like a chair. The third time that I saw Enhypen this year, he wasn't there at all. So it was kind of like the beginning of like a kind of sad time for the group and their fans, but he recovered and he was able to come back for their Walk the Line tour, so I was really happy about that. So let me show you the goods that I made. So I bought an image picket for their Fate Plus tour, and I love it so much because it is my favorite. Like the blueprints costumes were so cute, and then I ended up decorating it and adding like a little strap here so that you can walk around like this, and it makes it really, really easy to not have to carry it because these things are annoying to carry, and then that way you can just easily like keep it with you. In Japan, the rule is that you cannot have any signs or image pickets like up too high, so you have to keep them back here. So it was really easy to just be like whoop and bye whoop and bye. So I was really happy I made this. I thought it was really cool. This is from the company Mirdi. Maybe I'll link it down below. And then I got this little like strap from Wego. I attached pink ribbons on it. And this is like a little chain from AliExpress that has like a little like pin. And so I literally just pinned it. And then this is also, I think maybe from the 100 yen store. And then I attached a ribbon and a little charm on it. So I'm really happy with how this came out. Make sure that you hydrate. So Enhypen Fate Plus was June 12th and 13th, and Show Music Core was June 29th. So literally like maybe 2 weeks later, and it was also right around my friend's birthday party. Maybe you guys have seen me post with Danny Wu before, but he's one of my really, really good friends and also quite a diehard K-pop stan. He is a Revelove, so his bias group is Red Velvet, but he also likes NMIX and Twice. Oh, and aespa. So he's mainly a girl group stan. But this was like a perfect opportunity for me to see my boys and for him to see his girls. So we went to Show Music Core, which ended up being also partly televised, and I will link that down below because it was really cool. And the lineup for Show Music Core was Enhypen, Fantasy Boys, Islet, Ini or INI, Niju, NMIX, P1 Harmony, Rise, Taemin, and Zero Base One. So it was like a super awesome lineup. So I was living. It was so much fun. Enhypen was second to last, and the last performance was by Taemin, who was one of my like original K-pop Oshis back in SHINee. Like I saw him in the Lucifer era back when I was in high school, and he had like the long hair, and he was like so pretty, and so it was really cool to see him now. Unfortunately, our seats for Show Music Core were not very good. The lottery system kind of fucked us over royally, honestly. We couldn't really see like the screen very well, and the way that it was set up was like this main, like the main stage, then there's like this really skinny little pathwalk, and then there was like this big like square, but the square was like we could only see the backs of the performers unless they like turned around. We could see the strip hall kind of well, and then we couldn't really see anything that was like on the main stage except for maybe like right hand side. We also couldn't really see very well, so I was really smart that day though, and I had binoculars, which like Capsule Buddy made fun of me for having binoculars for Enhypen. However, I didn't need them really for Enhypen, but I was so happy that I brought them for Show Music Core because you can actually like kind of see, and I was just there like a little old lady like, yes, very good, dance around. Seeing Islet was really cute. I really like Mocha, and they were just really adorable. My only issue with where we were was that it was the Balloonadome, which is really far, semi-outdoors, so it's either really hot or really cold, so it has like a roof, but everything around it is like hot or cold. So we went in June. It was really hot. And I was like using my like Uchiwa as like a fucking like sunshade when waiting in line for the bathroom outside. Yeah, it was awful. But the issue with it being a semi-outside dome is that if you go early, you can't see all the light sticks. You can't see all the like fancy like lighting equipment that they have. It just kind of is a different sort of concert vibe. Where if you go in like a completely dark stadium, it's really easy to see everything and just really like get into the motion of it, I think. So I had a really, really great time. And when Taemin danced to Move, he was like on that like little strip, like literally facing right at us. So I was, I was quite happy. And then also we saw, when we saw Islet, Wonhee was injured, so she couldn't take the same like exit off the stage as some of the other members. So she actually ended up walking like so close to us. It was really cool. Other notable acts for Show Music Corps was Zero Base One. I really liked Zero Base One, and they put on such a cool and wonderful performance. So if you have never seen Zero Base One, I definitely recommend it. And Rise was also really, really good. And it was cool seeing like everyone's light sticks. It was just really, really cool. And also, Show Music Corps was actually 2 days. I only went on Saturday. The next day was, I think, like Stray Kids and ATEEZ and also like a really crazy good lineup. So either day I went, I would have been happy, but I was, of course, happy to see Enhypen again. Little outfits are so cute. They wear these like little like, just like white like little fuckboy outfits. It was cute. Sure, Show Music Corps. We saw TXT. TXT was also a lot of fun. I did get a slogan for them. TXT slogan for Act 1 Promise Tour at Tokyo Dome. So this was my first time ever seeing a live at the Tokyo Dome. It was really cool. On the back, it has like the fan chants and stuff. If you are a fan of Hybe groups, you may be aware of this, but for Hybe, you have to reserve goods from Weavers ahead of time. You cannot buy stuff at the venue, and it drives me nuts. So I could not get like an image picket or anything for TXT, unfortunately, because you had to like reserve it, and then the fan club gets like first reserve, and then I thought about trying to go to the pop-up, but the booking slots, like you had to reserve to go to the pop-up, and so I couldn't go to the pop-up. So anyway, I did what I do best, and I crafted. I made this little Yeonjun name sign, and it was super cute, and quite happy that I made it. So I was able to support the way that I wanted to. I am planning on doing a tutorial for name signs eventually, so bear with me. I'm doing my best. So yeah, TXT was awesome. Tokyo Dome was awesome. And I really had a good time. Again, another Hybe idol down. We had Jay, we had Wonhee, and this time we had Bongyu. So all of like the ones under Hybe were injured last summer. So anyway, Bongyu was in a chair for most of the concert, but it was really cute because the members took turns like carrying him around. It was sad because for certain songs, like he wasn't really there at all, or he had to like take a break. But honestly, he did such a good job that I didn't really notice that he was injured most of the time. So it was fun, and they played pretty much all the songs that I like. So I was quite happy. Opportunity to see TXT, please do. I was able to get some footage of TXT, so here is Bongyu being carried around, and just some other little sillies. Honestly, at the Tokyo Dome, there's like no bad seats. Like wherever you sit at Tokyo Dome, you will probably be able to see everything pretty well. I've been to the Tokyo Dome twice, and I had what was considered bad seats like twice, and both of them were totally fine, and I could see the show, I could see the Jumbotron very well, and had zero problems with it, and just, yeah, it was really good. I definitely would like to see TXT again. The members got a little bit emotional and kind of cried towards the end, considering like Bongyu's situation, and also like Tokyo Dome is a really important milestone, I think, for a lot of Asian artists, because it's one of the, I guess, biggest concert venues in Asia. I think compared to a global scale, it's on the smaller side. I think it has a 55,000 people capacity, which is really, really big, but maybe not as big as some other concert venues, but still being able to do that as a K-pop artist, especially TXT, where they don't have like a Japanese member, because I think that Japan is usually a little bit sweet to groups that have a Japanese member. Really proud of TXT. They put on a great show. That's the tea on TXT. Next, we have Enhypen. Now, Enhypen, another HYBE group. I'm so sorry. I think I just have I'm soft for the HYBE boys. But Enhypen is actually a Japanese group. They have one Korean member, one Chinese member, and all the rest are Japanese. They sing in Japanese, but they follow the K-pop system. You might recognize 4 of the members from Island if you are an Enhypen stan from the Island era, or if you maybe went back to watch it, you'd probably recognize Kay and Taki, and also Nicholas and Weiju. So all 4 of them were on Island, and so it was really cool seeing their progress and where that they ended up, because it was, kind of sad, of course, that people can't be in the groups that you want them to be in, etc., etc., but their concert was really good. And actually, our seats, I went with my friend Helene, who I also went to Enhypen's Walk the Line tour with. Our view was, like, so straight on. It was crazy. It was, like, we were kind of high, but, like, we could see everything. No problem. It was, like, we weren't on a side. We were just, like, right there. It was so perfect. And honestly, I have a wee bit of tea on Enhypen because HYBE clearly hates them. So when they announced that they would be doing their tour, HYBE at first had them scheduled for like one show this day, one show this day, one show this day. And we went to their show at the Ariake Arena on July 21st. So again, another like 11 days after TXT, I'm insane. They were like originally scheduled for only like one show per day, which is really standard for most concerts, I think. Usually they'll do like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or they'll do like maybe like a Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, or something. Usually try to get them in a row. And they instead decided to book 2 concerts in one day. So Enhypen had like 3 days of 2 concerts in a row. And it was like, so they had a morning concert, a night concert, and then they had to wake up and do the whole thing all over again. And I'm like, those poor boys, like, they're gonna pass out. It was like crazy, because that was originally not how the schedule was. No, I didn't really appreciate HYBE doing that. I don't think that was right, because they like had enough tickets and fans anyway. And honestly, what ended up happening was just the same people saw both shows in the same day. So I went to the night show, I think of day 2. So they'd already performed in the morning by the time that I went. And you couldn't tell that they were tired. Like, they put on such a good show and had so much, like, just charisma and talent, and they all sang so well that you wouldn't know that they were probably all really, really tired on the inside. And so I respect them a lot. I feel bad for them that that's how it had to be, but proud of them that they worked through it. But yeah, I don't know. Doesn't feel good, man. Doesn't feel good. But they sang Firework and also had a dance break during it, which was really fun. And their sets were really cool. They had like this one like kind of school set with like cherry blossom falling from the sky, and yeah, it was really cool. Typical like anti werewolf vibes. So I again had the HYBE curse of you cannot buy goods at the venue. Believe me, I know my lesson now. So I made an uchiwa for my bias K. And if you guys would like a tutorial on how to make these types of uchiwas, honestly, if you want a tutorial for any of the kind of like goods that I make, please leave a comment down below and I can try to see what I can do. But yeah, Helene and I had a little crafting day, and I worked really fucking hard on this. And also, the printer stopped working at the convenience store, and so the man was just like, "Are these yours?" And it's like, this man dressed as a fairy princess holding a wand, and I just had to be like, yeah, those are mine. So that's how it turned out, and really happy that I got to see Enhypen on this day. Summer, I saw Enhypen at Saitama Super Arena, Twice, Show Music Core, TXT, and N-Team. So fast forward now to autumn. I saw Enhypen next. That was November 10th. Their Walk the Line tour, which, believe me, was a fucking shock that they announced, because why do they just keep touring? No one knows. But when they announced their Walk the Line tour, it was really, really controversial on Weverse. People were having a fucking episode about this. And here is something that I don't think foreign fans understand. And by foreign fans, I mean ones in the West, not in Asia. And it is how close Korea and Japan are. It is 2 hours with no time difference at all. And basically, the way that the Walk the Line tour worked is it was going to be 2 days in November, 2 days in December, and then 2 days in January. And that's it. People were like, Enhypen deserves a break. And yes, that is very true. This is considered a break. It's only 2 hours. They don't have to worry about their sleep schedules being that much messed up because there's no jet lag, because there's no time change. And it's only a 2-hour plane ride. They literally come here and then they just go home. They definitely do deserve a break. This is kind of a break for them. At least, like, that's what I think. But people were very upset about, like, Japanese engine buying, like, tickets and stuff. I don't know, they all seemed very rested and ready and very excited to perform. And of course, I got to see my bias Sunghoon, which made me excited. And of course, I got to see all of them, which made me excited. And Jay was back, and he just adds, I mean, I love all members of Enhypen. So seeing them as 7 when I saw them as 6 previously definitely made me feel very, like, happy. And they were also, like, it was cool. Fate Plus to Walk the Line. Walk the Line had, like, backup dancers, and there was a lot more, like, fancy kind of, like, technology. They had these, like, little, like, car things that, like, went around the stadium. And so it was, like, a very different vibe from Fate Plus. I think Fate Plus was a lot more low-key. They didn't really have any backup dancers at all, now that I think about it. And the vibe was just very, very different. I think it was a bit more mature, and maybe that's what they're trying to go to. But they took off a lot of their very cutesy songs, so there was no Polaroid Love, there was no One and Only, and One and Only is kind of a fan favorite because during their Fate and Fate Plus tour, they would bring out Pikachus. You know, I think it do be that way. You gotta change it up, and I still had a blast, and I had a lot of fun. I actually have a vlog of this day, so I don't want to talk too much about Walk the Line because I did do a vlog about it. So I got this Sunghoon Uchiwa. It has his name on the back, and I decoed this Uchiwa case so I can use it for a bunch of different Uchiwas also, which was really fun. But yeah, it just comes right off with a little zipper. I am thinking about maybe doing commissions, but I'm thinking about doing them as pickup in Japan only, or maybe selling on Mercari. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics, or if I want to do it at all, because also sometimes making my hobbies into, like, profit, it makes me not want to do hobbies anymore. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out. This is the difference in Uchiwas. So here he's wearing, like, a kind of white suit, and then here he's wearing the prince costume. So there is, you know, like I said, I think that they're kind of trying to market them as a bit more mature group now that they are getting old, if that's what you can fucking call them, because they're like 22, but whatever. This Ita bag, which I did take some of the stuff off. I did say in my vlog that I will do a what's in my Enhypen concert bag video. I am still planning on doing that, so please stay tuned, and I will do that next time. And then the last thing that I made for the Walk the Line tour was another name sign. This one says Sunghoon, and it is iridescent. I worked hard on this. I look, it's even got piercings. Like, you're going hard. And please watch my vlog. I will link it down below. Okay, and next we have Stray Kids. I made this for Hyunjin, and there is a kind of semi-tutorial on my Instagram, actually. So you can see this as a reel. It does go a little bit quickly, so I am planning on making, another more in-depth tutorial on name signs. This one is felt. So it's really soft and plush. and it was so cute. I'm really happy that I made it because I made the paper type before, but I thought that this was fun making a kind of more plushy looking type. And then I also had the Juniorette Uchiwa cover. I added, this was just a hair tie that I added, and this was their Uchiwa from the Dominate tour. I originally had this one from their 2023 5-Star Dome tour, which I actually did not go to, but I just thought he was so cute that I had to have it, so I bought it. But this one matched my outfit so much better, so I ended up buying a new one at the event. And the thing with JYP is that it is not a pre-order only situation like Hybe, so if you would like to buy goods at the event, you can. And this Uchiwa was only 800 yen, so they're very cheap. And I think the Hybe ones are also not too expensive. They're like 1,000. So, I mean, they're less than 20 bucks, like, for sure. They're definitely, like, maybe, like, 1,200. The cover I got off of Mercari because I really, really wanted it. And it was just so cute. And it looks really cute in my room. So, some of you may know, if you've seen my stuff before, my mom really likes Stray Kids. And she is a fan of Hyunjin. So, I also like him, too. So I was cheering him on for me and her. JYP, and I have heard this, does not allow any filming. My friend that went to go see Twice didn't allow filming. Stray Kids did not allow filming. However, have a slogan, which makes me, okay, so before I showed you guys my Fate Plus slogans that I got for Enhypen, but Walk the Line didn't have one. They just gave me a little promotional thing for Dark Moon, and I was like, no, where's my slogan? I wanted my slogan. I didn't get a slogan. But anyway, Stray Kids gave me a slogan. And, it's cute. I like that the only word in English is giant. Giant na skizu to issho ni mirae. We'll be with the giant Stray Kids, like, together in the future. Yeah! It's cute. Stray Kids was wild. It was so funny, though, because I was, like, next to this, like, little boy, and, maybe he was, like, 10, and his whole, like, family was, like, a Stray Kids family. Like, you knew that mom was just, like, y'all are going to, like, Stray Kids, each and every one of you. And so, there was, like, 3 kids, and each of them had, like, a different bias. So, the little boy likes Lino, allegedly. Obviously, like, I don't know. Maybe mom was just, like, you're gonna be a Lino stan. And then the one little girl liked Felix. And then the, like, smallest little girl, I think that she liked Champion or something, but it was so funny. I was just like next to this little Stray Kids family, and I went by myself, but my friend came with me for the beginning of the show. I think that my tickets were a bit better for the way that the Stray Kids stage was lined up. So for TXT, because the stage, like the main part, is kind of like this X with this giant circle, you can see everything from every angle, but if it's like kind of just a square ramp, then it like could be hard to see from the back. My ticket for Stray Kids worked out pretty well. I could see everything with pretty much no problem. And it was considered a bad ticket because there was like a speaker that covered like this much of like the stage from my angle, but it didn't really do anything because no one really stood there anyway. So it was absolutely no problem. And I really enjoyed their solos. Felix's solo in particular was so pretty with like all these like gold hanging around and fluttering around him. And all the Stray Kids' solos are now on YouTube, so please give them a watch. Last but not least, we have Oneus. So I got a Soho fan and a little Uchiwa, and I actually brought my like Uchiwa cover for this. However, this fan is so much smaller than this kind. So this is like standard Uchiwa size, and if you buy Uchiwa covers, they're all going to be about this size. Look at how small he is. He's so much smaller. So I couldn't really use my Uchiwa thing properly. Also, this one was more expensive. It was about 1,100 yen. And my Stray Kids one, Hyunjin, was 800 yen. So this little one was more expensive. However, I do like this little like stick. I think that that's fun. Now, for those of you who don't know Oneus, because I do think that they are a bit of a more underground group, they were really awesome, and they allowed filming the entire show. So like I have so many fan cams, and at one point, Fongwoon and Xion and Lido, they came like really, really close to where we were, and like a proper fan club, like they were so close, and it was just so cool to see them like that close. And it was like this, the venue was interesting. It was at Toyosu Pit, which was like kind of in the middle of nowhere in Odaiba. And I've been to, Odaiba has quite a few concert halls. That's also where the Ariake Arena, where I saw Anteam, is. But Toyosu Pit, they only have sitting seats for fan club. It didn't really affect me too bad. We got a pretty good kind of standing place. There are people that kind of choose to stand more toward the back on purpose. So we were able to stand up pretty well. It was just like, it's a lot more of an intimate kind of situation than I think something like the Tokyo Dome. And because they are a smaller group, it's like you can just see them so much more clearly because it's a bit of a smaller venue. So that was pretty cool, actually. It was nice seeing like this kind of smaller side and then also like something big and massive. Really cool to like compare. And yeah, like the cool thing about Oneus is you can film. That was really awesome. So if you want a more intimate experience with your idols, I definitely would recommend maybe trying to go see Oneus. They were really cool. But also seeing all of these other groups that I saw this year, because all of them were absolutely amazing. I had a wonderful time. They made a lot of memories this year. So I hope that you enjoyed this little concert recap, if you will. I don't really know. This is kind of just like me like babbling on and on and on, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything that you're curious about seeing K-pop concerts in Japan or anything like that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.